Hey, good afternoon. Pastor Scott, King of Kings Fellowship. This is After Service Chat for September 3rd, 2023. The first thing that I want to point out, that I'm sure you're probably asking yourselves, is what is that strange furry animal on my chest? Well, anybody who knows anything about tech knows that if you're going to do a recording outside in southern Alberta, you need a microphone that isn't going to go all wonky on you. And so the weird little furry creature on my chest is in fact a microphone that allows the wind not to make it sound so crazy and wonky. Now that we got that important bit of information out of the way, hey, Labor Day weekend. And at church today, we asked the question, why do they call it Labor Day? Somebody looked it up afterward and said that it had something to do with celebrating the work that laborers do on a day where they don't have to do it. And then there was a whole bunch of additional information about celebrating labor unions. Well, you could say what you want about whether or not that's something we should be celebrating or not. That's a conversation for a different day. I was just terribly taken by the idea that there was a day where nobody did anything called Labor Day. That seemed a little strange to me. And then one man in our congregation, God bless him, pointed out, well, that's the day that my wife gets me to go out and rake the leaves and mow the grass and do all the projects that haven't been done. So as far as I'm concerned, it genuinely is Labor Day. That was some insight I think we really needed. Today we also talked about redemption. We concluded our time in Jonah 4, but I don't want to really talk to you about that exactly. On the subject of redemption, I had a conversation with a woman in the basement of our church after the service, and we talked a little bit about the redemption that comes at the end of all things. In the Bible, we hear language about a day coming called the Great White Throne Judgment. It's a day where God will eventually bring all His created beings to account for what they believe. And the implication is that for those who have chosen not to believe that Jesus Christ is Lord and the Son of God, a life exists for them separate, forever from God. We call that hell. There isn't a whole lot we can say on that particular subject because we have more questions than answers when it comes to this thing called hell. We got pictures of a big, giant basement filled with flames and people screaming, burning in agony. But I don't know that that has anything particularly to do with the spiritual realm. But make no mistake about it, an eternity separated from God could very, very adequately be called hell. And in our conversation, this woman and I, we talked a little bit about the fact that God is not going to send anybody to hell by accident. Everyone, either in this life or the next, is going to be afforded the opportunity to make a conscious, full disclosure decision for Jesus Christ. And by the next, I don't mean reincarnation. I mean before we all stand before God on that great day where judgment is made, those who will be separated from God will have done so because they chose to be separated from God. Which means that God's mercy exists right up to that point. And that's the part I wanted to leave you with. That's the part that we got to in Jonah chapter 4 today. God is a God of endless mercy. Up to that point, we will all be afforded the opportunity to choose Him and spend forever with Him. That's a little longer than we do for after service chat, but it's really been on my heart, and I wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions about what we're doing here at King of Kings or anything that I say in these after service chats, feel free to leave a comment below. feel free to contact me on the website kingofkingsfellowship.com. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/kingofkingslethbridge. Please, any of those ways, I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see you. Come visit us Sunday mornings at 10. Thanks. God bless.